In the quiet town of Yumo, there lived a beautiful girl named Mo. Her beauty was the kind that turned heads and started whispers wherever she went. Men admired her glowing skin, radiant smile, and kind eyes, making her the envy of women and the desire of every eligible bachelor in the village. Suitors came from near and far, presenting gifts and promising her the world. But no matter how charming or wealthy they were, Mo always turned them away. To those around her, Mo seemed like an enigma, a riddle that no one could solve. What no one knew, except her two closest friends Uso and Ken, was that Mo harbored a dark and consuming secret. Since she was 15, Mo had felt a strange fire burning deep within her, a restlessness she couldn't explain and couldn't control. It wasn't just a desire, it was a need, one that consumed her mind and body. She sought out men to ease the fire, but no matter how many there were, the burning never stopped. As time went on, the fire grew stronger, and her desperation deepened. By the time Mo turned 25, she had lost count of how many men she had been with. Her shame weighed heavily on her, but she couldn't stop. Each encounter was followed by an emptiness that made her cry herself to sleep at night. Her parents, unaware of her torment, often asked why she hadn't married yet. "Why don't you settle down with a nice man, Mo?" her mother would say, her voice tinged with concern. Mo would force a smile and respond, "I'm not ready yet," knowing the truth was far darker than they could ever imagine. Then one day, while walking out of a small cafe, Mo bumped into a man named Chima. He was kind and gentle, with a warmth that immediately put her at ease. For the first time in her life, Mo felt something different. It wasn't just desire, it was hope. Chima smiled at her and said, "No worries, are you okay?" Mo nodded, her cheeks flushing as she accepted his offer to walk her home. That night, she couldn't stop thinking about him. As the days turned into weeks, Mo and Chima grew closer. He made her laugh, and for the first time, she imagined a life where the fire didn't control her. When Chima confessed his love for her, Mo felt a glimmer of hope. Perhaps, she thought, this could be the cure. Maybe love could extinguish the fire. But the fire didn't stop. No matter how deeply Mo loved Chima, the burning desire continued to torment her. She tried to suppress it, but it was futile. Soon, she found herself sneaking away to meet other men, her shame growing with each encounter. She hated herself for betraying Chima, but the fire was too strong. One evening, Chima surprised Mo by getting down on one knee. "Will you marry me?" he asked, his voice full of love and hope. Mo hesitated, her heart pounding. She wanted to say no, to tell him the truth, but instead, she said yes. She couldn't bear to lose him, even if it meant living with the weight of her secret. Mo rushed to share the news with Uso and Ken. They celebrated with her, laughing and toasting to her future. But while Uso was genuinely happy, Ken's smile didn't reach her eyes. Deep down, Ken felt a simmering resentment. She had always been in Mo's shadow, always second to her beautiful, admired friend. Now, seeing Mo achieve happiness despite her dark secret, Ken's jealousy turned into something far more dangerous. The day of the wedding arrived. The hall was beautifully decorated, filled with friends and family eager to witness the union. Mo and Chima stood at the altar, ready to exchange their vows. Just as the officiant began to speak, the large screen behind them flickered to life. At first, everyone thought it was a slideshow of the couple's journey. But what appeared on the screen wasn't sweet memories, it was a video of Mo with different men. The guests gasped, their shock audible in the suddenly silent hall. Mo's face turned pale as the whispers began. Chima's expression hardened as he stared at the screen in disbelief. "Who?" Mo whispered, her voice trembling. Chima didn't wait for answers. He turned and walked out of the hall, leaving Mo frozen in place. Desperately, she ran after him, tears streaming down her face. "Chima, please. "Let me explain," she cried. But he drove away without looking back. Devastated, Mo returned home with USO, who tried to comfort her. But Mo's thoughts swirled with confusion and despair. Who could have done this to her? Who would expose her so cruelly? The answer came days later. Ken, the friend she trusted with her darkest secrets, had been the one to record and leak the video. Fueled by jealousy and bitterness, Ken had wanted to ruin Mo's life and take Chima for herself. But her plan backfired. Chima wanted nothing to do with her. Meanwhile, Mo decided she couldn't live this way any longer. She sought professional help, determined to confront the fire that had controlled her life for so long. Therapy was difficult, but Mo was determined to heal. Months later, she received an unexpected letter from Chima. In it, he admitted that while he had been hurt, he realized Mo's struggles weren't her fault. He wrote that he still cared for her and wanted to support her healing. Overjoyed, Mo called him, and they spoke for hours. Slowly, they rebuilt their relationship, stronger and more honest than before. Ken, racked with guilt, eventually confessed her betrayal and begged for forgiveness. Mo forgave her, but their friendship could never return to what it once was. In time, Mo and Chima married, with USO by their side. Mo continued her journey of healing, supported by the love of a man who refused to give up on her. Together, they built a life filled with trust and hope, proving that even the deepest scars could heal.